Well, hello everyone, it's Kryptonite here, helping you master the games that you absolutely love. And today we are going to be playing Lightyear Frontier. So as you're all probably aware by now, the release of Early Access is upon us. So we're going to be starting a new game. And during this playthrough, we're going to have a nice chilled out fun time. And hopefully I will teach you a few things that you didn't know about the game. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's just quickly name our world and we'll head straight into the storyline. Now you might have seen I did release a playthrough of the demo and we're going to try and continue where that left off. I decided to start again just in case there were any changes within the start where the demo covered. So let's get right into it and we will see what changes have been made. So far looks like the intro cutscene is going to be the same. But as they say, why fix something that's not broken, eh? And here we are back again in this absolutely beautiful looking world. So we're going to head straight ahead and find our mech. We're going to piece together our not so good looking mech and we're going to start our progress. We're going to obviously grab our 4 tools that we need and start making our base. So we're going to make quick light work of this as we covered it recently in the demo, and I'm pretty sure all of you will be familiar with this part. Or if you are new to the game, then
I'm getting through. That was quite the tumble you took there. Luckily, your biometrics tell me you're A-okay. But before anything, now flip that sucker sunny side up. And
oh yeah, we've got it flipped.
We've got a planet to explore.
We have indeed. So as I was saying, if you are new to the game, make sure you stick around because you might learn a couple of things just to speed up your progress of the juicy parts of the game. Oh yes. So one thing I have noticed that's different from the demo already is we've got 5 tools. I'm pretty sure we only had 4 in the demo. Ah, sorry little buddy. Didn't mean to trample over you just then. It looks like we've got 1 this way, we've got 2 over there, and then we'll work our way that way and get them ones as well. So what's our first tool going to be? Spike saw. We'll definitely pick that up. We'll see if we can get rid of this. Nope, we need an upgrade for that one. Okay, so let's head over here, see if we can get access to that one. And then we'll want to overdo that one as well. Straw Pine Heights. I remember doing that all too well. That's not too bad. But we'll run around and grab our tools for now. See if we can squeeze through these trees. Kind of gone the long way around, I feel. But not to worry. We should probably be getting all of this plant fibre as well while we're at it. And probably some stones. They're always going to come in handy. And what have we here? We've got the irrigation hose here. So that'll be perfect for getting rid of this noxious slime. Might as well do little bits of this as we're going through. We're very quickly going to run out of water. But that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and grab our other tool. And we've got the seed shooter as well now. So that's good. Means we can get some seeds planted when we get our little farm up and running. So what we're going to do is just grab our other 2 tools. And then we're going to get our little base sorted out. Get some things in production. Just gonna harvest some resources on my way through. Okay, so that's all our tools collected. Now we're gonna head over and we're gonna go to sort of this area over here, and that's where we're going to place our base. Now when we get there and we start placing down our base, I'll go through the reasons why I picked that space, and we'll go through why I think it's probably the best location early on to start. Okay, so here we are at the prime base location. Now let's run through one of the reasons why I absolutely love this place. So, first of all, we've got a water source. To start off with, we're very close to Pine Heights as well. We've got a nice bit of open flat land here, which I absolutely love. And just over here, the other side of this little hillside, we will have access to a load of aluminium when the time comes. Now, there is a little trick to get more resources, which I'll run through a little bit later on in the video when we get there. But first of all, let's just get some sort of base sorted so we can get some things in production. So we're going to get a workshop shed. Now, as you can see, this does improve the efficiency of crafting constructs built inside it. So what we're going to do is try and spend a little bit of time of crafting a few of these. So what we're going to do is just spread them out a little bit. We're going to build one here, and we're going to build one next to it if it will let us build one next to it. And then we're going to build a third one as well. So we are going to need a little bit of wood for this. So what we're going to do is spend a little bit of time gathering some wood. Get rid of the wood that we have at the moment. And we'll just grab that. So let's get some wood harvested and get... Okay, so what I do recommend is basically harvesting all of the trees in this area. For one, it gives you a little bit more room, and two, it gives you plenty of resources to get the first few items that we want to get built before we sleep. So you don't have to worry about being over encumbered either. You can still move. As you can see, I am well over encumbered, and it just means I can't sprint. But as we're close by, that doesn't matter too much. So we're going to get all of these built, and then we're going to get some oil presses built first of all. So I want to try and get as many of these as we can inside. So what we can probably do is fit maybe 3 in here. We can just about get 3. Don't look very organized as such, but we can fit some in here. So there we go. So we've got 3 there, and then what we want to do is get another 3 this side as well. And that should be plenty of oil presses for what we need to start with. And then what we're going to do is build a couple of assemblers. Now we're going to build one assembler actually, and then we're going to build a couple of fodder ovens. That's kind of what we want to go for. So what we're going to do is whack the assembler just here. And then we're going to get a couple of fodder ovens built. Now fodder ovens will come in very useful, and I'll explain why they will very shortly. But we're going to build 3 of them. Okay. So that's all the blueprints in place. We just need to get enough resources to build them all, which we should have by now, so that should be absolutely perfect. We will need some more stone and probably some more wood. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to harvest those trees over there and some rocks over here, and then we should be ready to get all of those built. Now the main reason why you want to get all of these built sort of during the night time is because you can skip the construction process of what your machines are constructing when you sleep. So instead of having to wait around for them to be built or be constructed, I should say, you can just go to sleep and they will all be ready for you in the morning. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Get as much in your construction queues as possible before you head off to sleep in the night time. So unfortunately, because we spent so long setting everything up, we are on day 2 now, so we haven't had a chance to sleep, but that's not too much of an issue. We can spend most of the day getting everything all set up so we can get a lot of stuff in production ready for when we sleep again. So we're just going to carry on harvesting as much wood and as much rocks as possible. We're also going to pick up some of these polyberry seeds. Definitely want to pick up these as you come across them, as we will be getting a farm set up relatively quickly. So you will want quite a few of them just to get a few farms into place. So we're going to have to pick up a few more stones, I think. How many have we got? 31. Yeah, we probably need a few more rocks to mine. So we're going to get those mined up, probably get these trees as well, and then we'll head back and get everything all built and set up. Okay, so that's all of our presses built. Now for the fodder ovens and the assemblers, we are going to need plant oil. And that's where these presses come in. So what we're going to do is get a whole load of plant oil in production already. So plant oil, which will just take plant fiber. So mining all of them trees, all of them bushes, we have got ourselves a whole load of plant fiber. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fill up these queues just like this. We're going to get all of these in production. The production is going to be too slow because they are under shelter, so that's always good. So while that's all doing that, and that's going to take a little bit of time, what we're going to do is get our farm in production. So I like to build my farm pretty much over here. So what we're going to do is get a small plot, and we're just going to build them over here. So we're going to make ourselves a relatively big farm space, as we are going to need plenty of these. I like to do myself just a 3x3 to start with, so we're going to do ourselves a 3x3. That will definitely get our farming production up and running for now. Now that we have our little plots of land all sorted, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get our seed shooter. So we've got 13 seeds. We could do with a little bit more, but we're just going to get these built. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. We might need to grab some more wood and plant fiber, but that's not too much to worry about. At least we can get some of these all ready and started for now. So we want to plant them down. And now this is another thing to do with the farming. If it's a nice dry day like this, you will need your irrigation hose and you will need to water them. If it is raining, you don't need to worry about watering them, as you can see the ground turns nice and damp when you have watered them. When it's raining, this does it automatically. So it's just something to bear in mind. So we're just going to wait for those to grow. And then we do need a small tent to get built as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead and harvest more resources, and then we will come back and we'll get all of these all finished off. Okay, so as it's getting to evening, I think it's a very good time here to build our little tent, and we'll get some more of this oil in production, and then we'll sleep just to speed up the process. So we'll just hoover this all up with our lovely looking vacuum, and we're now going to build ourselves a nice small little tent. What we're going to do is just put it over here for now. I think now is just there. That seems like a nice perfect place to put it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that, and then we are going to get some of this plant oil in production. So we're going to quickly rack these all up. We just want to do another one because we're running out of plant fiber, so we'll just do that for now, and then we'll get one of these fodder ovens built, and we'll get a couple of, in fact we'll get a 3 built, because we'll get some of these into production. Now what we want to do is craft some basic fodder. Now there is a reason for this. So once we have crafted some of this, so we're going to select all of it just like that, and now as you can see, that is pretty much instantaneous. Now you don't need 18, I've just crafted 18 just for the sake of it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go to sleep, and all of that oil should be all ready for us in the morning.
Wakey, wakey, partner.
And here we are, day 3.
They really lit up the place. It's really beginning to feel like a home.
So as you can see, doing that just before you fall asleep, when you can't wake up in the morning, it's all done and dusted ready for you. So just a nice easy way of doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get most of that built, because we have the resources. We do need some aluminium rods, which leads us on to our next thing. So now we've got ourselves some basic fodder just here like this. What we're going to do is going to head over to here where a nice little patch of aluminium does lie, but you're going to notice something that's slightly wrong, but I'm going to show you on how to fix that for you. So as you can see in the top left, we have a task which is feed an animal 3 times. Now what I recommend doing for this part where it says feed the animal 3 times is not to feed the animals individually. So if we head on down here, what we will see is a little animal here, which is a little rapscallion. Now we can feed it individually, but I don't recommend doing that. Now, as you can see, we've got a couple of aluminium nodes here, but we've got a couple of empty ones, and there are some more down here in this area as well. But what you want to look for is these nests right here. Now there's one just located right here. There is one up here, which I will show you the location for. And then there is another one very close by just here as well. So I'm going to show you the exact locations and what they look like. And then you will see the nice little bonus you get. So you want to make sure you do this as early as possible, because the aluminium will definitely come in handy. So we'll just feed this one. So as you can see, the bar's gone up once there and again. And then what you want to do is you want to do it. So what you want to do is you want to fully feed it. So that takes 3 fodder. So now we're going to head over to this one just over here, and then we'll go to the one on the beach. Now you can kind of see this one already. It's this weird looking tree here. So that's definitely one of the nests that you want to go and feed. So we're going to make sure we feed this one 3 times. That one's full. And then we're going to head over up here to the beach area. Okay, so now we're over at the beach area. And as you can see, we have ourselves some friendly little croblins over here. And this is what their nest looks like. So we want to feed this one. So that one's full as well. So that's 3 out of 3 3 nests fed in the meadows. Now you won't get the bonus until you sleep, and it's the next day. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish getting our planters built, and I'm going to show you how to give our little home a few little bonuses as well to help with, and then it should be evening time, ready for us to sleep, and we will get our bonus. So let's go ahead and get some of these built up. I haven't got enough plant fiber, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. We've got plenty of plant fiber over here. So you do pick up the resources automatically, but you can also use the vacuum as well if you do miss any. Just a nice little tip there. Okay, looks like we've got a fair bit of plant fiber now. We should be able to get most of this built up. We probably are running low on a little bit of wood. This apparently is blocked for some reason. Not sure why that's blocked, but apparently it is. I'm not sure what's happened to these two. We'll probably have to build these again. Let's go ahead and recycle these, and we'll plant a couple more. Seems to have fixed the issue. I'm not sure really what happened there, but there we go. We can get these built. So the next thing that we want to bear in mind, and the next little tip for you guys, is storage. So storage is going to be an absolutely massive thing, and you're going to want to build a lot of storage boxes. Now the good thing about storage in this game is that they do work in the vicinity of your constructing components, shall we say. So if we build a whole load of storage boxes, we can just dump everything in there so we don't have a full inventory space, and we can basically just use straight from the storage in our construction machines, which is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. I absolutely love it when games put that implication in place. So let's go ahead and we'll shove a load of boxes down here. Now we are going to need quite a bit of wood for that, and we're probably going to need a lot of wood for our next little task. So if we head over to our tent just here, so as you can see, we've got a cosyness rating which is currently 0. So effects keen eye, you have a chance to find additional resources in the wild. So we need to build decorations close to the homestead to increase its coziness. So what we can do is head over to here, and what we want to do is head over to sort of construct some decorations. So we've got this one here for signs. So we've got farm decorations, fences, lights and plants. So what we want to do is place as many of these as we can around our homestead. So as you see, it all basically takes basic resources, some rocks, some wood and plant oil and bits like that. So they're relatively cheap to produce. So what we're going to do is get a load of these all produced and set up around, and then it will be ready for time to sleep. Okay, so now we've got a few more resources, we can get a couple of these storages built. So we'll just get one built for now, and then what we can do is open it and we can just dump everything in here. But first of all, before we dump all of that in there, we're gonna just build up our coziness a little bit. So what we're going to do, I think a nice little flower bed is in order. Now as you can see, we have a little line here which will just show us that it is connected to our little homestead. So I think what I'm going to do is build a nice little campfire just here. That seems like a good place, and we're just going to give a torch so we've got a little bit of light on the situation, and then I think from there we'll get a nice little clothesline and a wash basin, you know, just for when we need to do ourselves some washing. Okay, so let's go ahead and construct all of these, and that should give us enough to get level 1 coziness, hopefully so. And yes, there we go. So now we have keen eye. So we head onto here, we now have the effect of keen eye, and basically that's how you increase your coziness to get nice little bonus effects. As I said, if you're not sure what effects you have got, you just click on the small tent and it will tell you your effects just there. So now it's all looking a little bit more like home. So just quickly, what we're going to do is we're just going to chuck these seeds down, and you're probably thinking, now that we've kind of used a lot of the trees and the rocks down here, you're worried about running out of harvestable resources, but we're going to fix that problem. So what I'm going to do is just water these quickly, these two down here. Just going to water these quickly, and then I will show you what we can do in regards of running out of harvestable resources. So we have here a sprout cannon. So as you can see, with all of the trees that I've been harvesting, I have quite a few sprouts that I can plant down. So pine, for instance, you'll find a couple of bits of pine around here when you're harvesting. That will give you softwood, which is not really needed sort of this stage of the game. But what we're going to do is make our own little forest. So we're just going to come out the way a little bit, just so we're not obstructing anything. We can just use our sprout cannon to plant a load of trees, ready for when we need some more wood. So you can lay this out however you want to lay it out. I just like to do it like this, just because I think it will just look like a nice little forest when it's all built. Or when they're all grown, shall I say. So we've got 4 more, so we'll just pop another 4 down here. Head over to this body of water and make sure we're all full on the water. And then the next day, what we're going to do is build our upgrade depot. It's just so we can get some upgrades and have a quick look at that. And then we're going to get Pine Heights all fully restored. But don't forget what we did earlier when we did all the fodders. So we should get our bonus when we sleep this evening. So let's go ahead and sleep. So as you can see, nests fed in the meadows, +3, and we've got extra resources restored in this region. So that's what you get when you feed all the nests in that area. Head over to our storage. We're going to dump all of our items in there so we can once sprint again, because I've been over encumbered for quite a while now and it's kind of getting annoying. So what we're going to do is we're going to just move it all over here. And there we go. So now something to note on your storage, they have got a weight limit as well. So the storage in this game is based on weight and not sort of spots available. Now as you can also see, everything has a price, but we'll cover that a bit later on. So what we want to do is build the upgrade depot. So we're going to head over to the essentials. We are going to craft a mailbox as well. We're just going to pop that over here. That will add a little bonus, and I think it'll just add a nice little touch. And what we're going to do is get the upgraded depot. So as you can see, it requires stone, aluminium rods and aluminium frames. Now the reason why, as I said before, we did the whole fodder thing and we fed the nests is because that gives us access to more resources in the meadows. So we're going to place this down. We're going to head back over in this direction where I said all the aluminium was. We're going to head over here and you're going to see that all of the aluminium nodes should have all respawned there. Now there are plenty of other places around the meadows that you can find aluminium, but this is just a nice little spot that's relatively close to your base location, especially if you decided to build your base where I did here. So as you can see, they are all full of aluminium, which gives us a perfect little head start on a few upgrades and also getting the upgrade depot built without having to travel too far. Now I know in the first 5 days you're probably thinking we haven't covered much of the story yet, and you're right, we haven't and we won't either, but trust me, it's definitely worth spending the time in the first 5 days to do exactly what I've done. It will get you all nicely set up and ready. So we've got a few more nodes down here so we can get some more aluminium. And this should give us plenty of aluminium to start with. So just these sort of, didn't really count how many nodes, but maybe 6 nodes. As you can see, we've got 39 aluminium rods, so that's absolutely plenty for what we need. So we're going to head back to our base and we're going to head to the assembler, and that way we should be able to craft what we need to get our upgrade depot built. And then we can get some upgrades. We can have a look at how that system all works. So what we needed is some aluminium frames, but also some aluminium rods. So we need the rods to build the assembler as well. So now that that's built, we can get some aluminium frames. So we did need a few of them. I can't remember how many we need, but we're going to go for 4 just because I can't actually remember how many we needed, but there we go. So as you can see, we've got 4 of them now. And also when you click on these, in the top right hand corner, we can see the storage and range. So if you're building things like this, for instance, these work off what's in your inventory when you are constructing the blueprints, but once they are built, once you're using the actual machines, they will use what is in the storage. So now that we have that done, we're probably just short on quite a bit of stone, but we've got a fair bit of stone over here. So that shouldn't take too long to get. Okay, so we should have enough stone now to get the upgrade station built. So we're just going to do that. And there we go. We need to now get an upgrade. So we can interact with this, and that will place our mech there and make us jump here. And what we're going to do is open the menu. So here we have mech upgrades and we've got mech customization. Now we can't do anything with the mech customization yet because we haven't acquired any, but what we can do is we can have a look at the mech upgrade. So what I do recommend doing first of all is you want to upgrade your inventory capacity, as we have access to the aluminium flames and plant oil. That should be really easy for you to get the resources to get that upgrade. I also recommend the spike saw power, and also I just recommend doing the water tank capacity. If you did want to spend a bit more time, you can try and gather the other necessary resources, but I wouldn't worry too much right now. I would kind of try and focus on these and then go ahead and restore Pine Heights. So we need some aluminium frames and some plant oil. We're going to need some aluminium parts and quite a lot of polyberry oil as well. So we're going to go ahead and get all of that done and grab them upgrades. Okay, so we've got a fair few resources now, not as much as I wanted to get all the upgrades I wanted, but we've got a fair few. So what we can do is increase our inventory capacity, so we definitely want to go ahead and do that. And we can also do our spike saw power. Now we haven't quite got the polyberry oil because I'm just waiting for them to finish growing so I can harvest them and turn them into oil. So unfortunately we can't increase the water tank capacity, but that's not too much of an issue. So now we have our spike saw power upgrade. Now that just allows us to harvest the bigger trees. So we've got one up here, so let's see, make sure I remember to jump in your mech, because I keep forgetting to do that. But now I see this big tree here that I couldn't harvest before because I needed to upgrade the saw. Now I can, and they just basically drop a few more resources. So that's why definitely something you want to aim for. As you can see, that will give us hardwood instead of just normal wood. So the pine gives us the softwood, the large trees give us the hardwood, and the normal sized trees just give us normal wood. So there we go everyone, and that is pretty much everything you want to do in your first 5 days of Lightyear Frontier. So now once our polyberries have harvested and we've got enough oil, we can increase our tank capacity. That will just make restoring Pine Heights a little bit easier. So if you have enjoyed this episode and kind of the style, let me know in the comments down below if you like the style of this sort of let's play of me going through and showing you some nice hints and tips. Be sure to join me in the next episode where we restore Pine Heights and we carry on going through the story, and we'll see what more that this game actually holds, because this is pretty much where the demo sort of leaves off after you've restored Pine Heights. But yeah, it's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I'm going to have plenty more videos on Lightyear Frontier, some tips and tricks and some let's plays, so make sure you stay tuned for all of them. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.